I have done a timing control one before. I was thinking about doing another one with a bit more of a added. I have some other ideas about it actually. So I'm going to start from the top with timing. Basic timing of the game. We're going to actually boot up a game here. We got the countdown in the top left. First thing to note, weapons all spawn right away. We know that's how it is. You want to get your weapons. We're not talking about weapons right now. We're talking about just timing. I'm going to wait till this spawns. So your first spawn is going to happen at 33 seconds. Why? Because it takes 27 seconds. I don't know. So at 33, we're going to see this spawn as well as the 50, the two armor pickups, the 100 and the 50. How timing works is it's going to take a certain amount of time until this comes back. So if I pick it up at 20 and pick it up, it's going to take 27 seconds. So we do some quick math, and easy way to do it is we minus 30 and then we plus 3. So I picked it up at 20. We're going to minus 30, which puts us down to 50. Yeah, that's how time works. 50, and we're going to plus 3, so it should come back at 53. And it's great to know the exact timing, because if you're out of control and it's coming back at 53, you can jump on it like that and jump out. You want to know exact timing for those reasons. Beyond that, the simple timing of the 100. The 100 is the easier one to time because it has a longer until it comes back. 55 seconds. Oh, I didn't really look at, but let's say it came at 1340. It's a 55 seconds until it comes back. So the quick math, when you look at the timer, you want to pick it up, look at the timer. We saw 1340. We're going to simply add 5. So the next one would be 45. We don't really pay attention to the minutes. It's too confusing. Just pay attention to the seconds. So we picked it up at 40, so it's going to come back at 45. And so we've got these two major things respawning. Let me see if I can explain this in a way that makes sense. We got that one up there every 27 seconds. We got this one down here every 55 seconds. 27 is half of 55. So if we keep picking them up, they will keep respawning in that exact same timing and order. It's going to be 2 50s for every 100. 2 50s for every 100. How that works, I'm going to maybe run around, maybe fast forward a little bit with the timer, but I'll try to explain. One of the more standard ways to move around the map so that you don't have to think about timing as hard, but you can still be there for pickups. So let me wait till they both spawn. We got that up and we got that one up. Okay, so here's what I want to explain. Okay, so I said 2 50s for every 100, right? So there's a pattern that has an opening. Depending on the size of the map, Rankin is kind of medium sized, so you're able to do this and find openings all the time. But if you're timing everything to the point where you're controlling the map as well, one of the ways, I'm going to get into control in another video, but we're just doing timing right now. But if I'm picking this up, say right at 30, okay, we'll go 30. We'll pick this up. We're going to minus 30 down to 0 plus 3. It's going to come back at 0.3. We're coming down here. We're going to pick this up. So that last one is 33, right? We're going to pick this one up. We're going to add 5. So it's going to be 25. 25. Oh, not 33. 25 and 3. So now you got a bit of time. You could go get the shock rifle. You could go get the minigun. You could go get the lightning gun. You pick everything up and then you get back here. So there wasn't that much time to go too far from the 50. I had to go from the 50 to the 100 to the 50. Now, the next thing that spawns after I picked that up, right? That was at 3 seconds. So we're going to minus 30. That'd be 33 plus 3. It's come back at 36. But I had all this time. I had 27 seconds to do whatever I wanted. There weren't any other priorities on the map. The next thing is this 50 spawning soon. Pick it up. And then we do kind of need to go towards the 100 because it was coming back at 25, right? So there's not a lot of time to do anything else. You got to get to the 100. And then remember, after you get the 100, there's not that much time to do anything else. Maybe we go get the shock rifle, but we don't have too much time until the 50 comes back. I didn't time it, but I know it's coming up soon because of this pattern that I've established. It goes 50 to 100 to 50. Big break. 50 to 100 to 50. Big break. Does that make sense? I think it makes a lot of sense. 50, 100, 50. big break. This routine a little bit, right? So we're gonna pick this up. 57, sorry, 57. We're gonna get the shock rifle, sure. We're gonna get everything we can. No, we're not. We're just getting some stuff, and then we're on our way to the 50. Let's say the 50 had just spawned. So the routine we established earlier was 50, 100, 50. Big break. We're in the big break moment. What do you do with the big break? You go get everything. Pick up some items. Pick up the weapons so your opponent's not getting weapons. Or hunt your opponent down. If you've got all the, you just picked up all the armors and stuff. It's got a good break here to do whatever you want. So I picked up the lightning gun. Let's pick up the shock rifle. Make sure he doesn't get these things. And then we're going to try to be back for the next 50. We got it. Great. Right? And then the next thing that happens is the 100. Because I went 50, 50, 100, 50. Big break. 50, 100. Towards 50. 50 will be soon-ish, right? Soon-ish. It's not like you have to sprint and make it there. So I'm showing you the timing here. We went from 50 to 100. We had about 20 seconds here to diddle around, but the map's kind of big, so you can't go to the far ends of the corners. So most players will hang around the 50 while waiting for the 50. It's usually like a strong thing to do is to hang around the 50. 50, 100, 50, big break. So that was the 50. Another 50 comes up. Let's go down here, get some stuff. And then the 100 should be soon. So I'm not even timing it. I'm just going based off of this pattern. 150, sorry, 50, 100, 50. So 50 to 100 to 50 to big break. So if you can get that pattern a little bit established in your brain, it helps you with timing. Now, having a specific timing is going to be super helpful for like jumping on items, ambushing items when you're out of control. And it's also pretty important when you're in control because my opponent is trying to get exactly, they're going to try to do what I'm doing and jump on it the moment it spawns and not use a little hint of a break. So you do want to be able to like jump on it. It's a back and forth because that's now an obvious play. So maybe they drop a flak ball right as you jump on it. It's an endless little mind game there, but I really want to establish that 50, 150 pattern. We're going to use that on other maps as well. You know what? Let's jump over to Refinery and just watch how that works on Refinery as well. Okay, the timer's counting down. Let's apply those same strategies to this map, okay? What did we establish? 50, 100, 50. 50, 100, 50. All right? We're going to start it with a 50. 150. What do we do? Oh, let's get the shock rifle because it's right here. Oh, maybe we got the flak cannon. And then we drop down here. And we're going to pretend this hasn't spawned. And we were right on time. Oh, we got it right on spawn, okay? So that's coming back at like 1306 or so. So our pattern is 50, 100, 50. We just got the 50. We're just going to hover around. I mean, we got the 100. So the next thing up is the 50. We can just wait around for the next one. So that's our full pattern, 50, 100, 50. And now we've got a lot of time until that next 50, about 27 seconds. So this 27 seconds you can use to go get weapons, to go get the health vials are very important on Refinery. Make your way up top here. Control weapons, all kinds of things. Real smart to go get your health vials. If you have an opportunity to kill, go for the kill. So here we are. That was our big break. We did as much as we could. Now we're back for the 50. We're doing this stuff. We're ready to defend the 100. There's the 100. We get the 100. We go back over here. We should be playing for the 50 because it will be up in the next like 10, 15 seconds. We do got 10 seconds here. I could go kind of any route I want, but I do know I want to get towards the 50 next because it's going to be soon. And there it is. So that's just me like not timing, just going based on feel. And this is my break, 50, 100, 50. Big break. What should I do? What should I do? Let's go and kill. Let's kill them. Let's hunt them down. Let's get vials. Let's do whatever we need to do. All right. We got them. We did some good damage. We shot them 10 times with lightning gun. We make our way back for the next 50. This 50 pops. And then 50, 100, 50. Now, if your opponent is doing the exact same thing or knows you're doing all of this, they're going to be in front of you trying to stop you from doing this. That's the whole idea of Duel. Both players are trying to do this, get all the armors. You get a huge health advantage, you win the game. The game moves fast, the time moves fast, the clock moves fast. There's always somewhere you're supposed to be, something you're supposed to be doing. If you take a minute break, you fall behind, maxed out. Everyone gets all the armors but you. So you do want to be contesting the armors. One last thing I guess I'll say about timing, a good idea to have timing, is if you know the timing of the 100, you can get there early and maybe try and defend it with shield or something crazy. But even if you're like, oh, I'm kind of late, well, then you're going to want to try to spam damage or make sure you do some damage when they pick it up. In this map, they want to walk out of this, so it's often you want to ambush this. They know you want to do that, so they'll often shield jump out the back, and you can kind of watch it from over here. But same idea, if you're here with a lightning gun, you can maybe get some damage on them when they pick it up. Oh, that's not so much about timing, but that's why timing is important. It's important to be in all the right spots to stop your opponent from getting too much health. So when you're playing one of these top tier players, they are going to be at every 100 and every 50. So I'd say that's your first step as a dueler, is like, try to get all that timing down, get your like rhythm of a duel down, of where you need to be. There is enough time to go do other things. I'm making it seem like rushed because I'm just trying to teach one specific thing. But there is enough time, like I'm saying 50, 100, 50. You could go 50, 100, and you don't have to rush back for that 50. You can go this way too. There's enough time. You learn these things as you play, like, do I have enough time? It's all based on when the 50 was picked up. Sometimes the 50 and the 100 are very... Oh, this is a good one for timing. Sometimes the 50 and the 100 were picked up at the exact same time. Here's a thought around Refinery in specific as well, but other maps do this too. But say you got a spawn right off the bat, and you know what? I'm gonna live it out. I'm gonna live it out to pick up a guns. I don't know if I've said it, but I've said it that when you pick this up, it's 27 seconds. It's the exact same timing as the 50. So if you pick up the 100, or I do this all the time. You've probably seen it in my duels, but I'll pick up the 50 and then drop on the shock. And now the timing of those two is linked, and it's going to stay linked until I do something different. So a common one, because we love the health vials, is pick up 50, get your health vials, jump down to shock. Maybe you come over here, you get your lightning gun, and then you go do whatever I said lightning gun. That was the 100. And then you come back over here, you get the lightning gun, and now those weapons are off the map. Often I would have tried to go up here as well and make sure I get these vials, picking up all the health and armors on the map. And then I want to make it back for the next one. This is going to spawn, followed by these, followed by this. So you can group things into your timing. That's super helpful to control more than just the armors. Should I do Blood Run? Let's do Blood Run just for the heck of it. Let's do a Blood Run breakdown. I'm actually just going to do this for my own sake. People are confused. Why are we playing Blood Run? Everyone is confused. I did play Quake. I played a decent amount of Quake. I know this map. I know the layout. I don't know the Unreal Tournament version, like exactly where the weapons are. I thought that would be Shock Rifle. Huh. Yeah, I guess Rail and Link are that close. I mean, Lightning Gun, but... Okay, where's the Shock Rifle? Sit in this room? Nice. Nice. Alrighty. So Blood Run, I'd say the one thing Blood Run has going for it. No, I don't even like it. It shouldn't be going for it. Blood Run and Arrow Walk both have this going on, where they have the 100, they've got a keg, and they've got a 50. So the timing does get a little bit more complicated when you get into a map that has all three. One of the simpler parts is the keg and the 100 have the exact same timing. So if I jump up here and I get the 100 and I drop down here and I pick the keg up, they're going to stay that close to each other for the rest. So, and the 50's right here. So this is one of the reasons I don't like this map, is because that was insanely fast to go 100, keg, 50. I've now got so much time to do whatever I want. It's too much time, and it's too dominant control. The only other thing up is this little 25, and there's some health vials around and stuff that your opponent could be getting. But here I am. I just did my one little route. I could probably just camp this room. Maybe I want to go get the shock rifle, make sure they don't. Camp this room, wait for the next 50. And remember our pattern, 50, 100, 50. We're continuing that pattern. We want to get up there for the next 100. Let's take this move. I don't know the movement in the Unreal Tournament version. People are always entering my games when I'm trying to do lessons. So then this spawns, and then this spawns, and then this spawns. I delayed it. There it is. I had delayed it by accident earlier. But that's the route, right? So it's the exact same, except now there's a keg coupled with it. What can happen on this is the keg and the 100 get identical timing, and then you have to go from one to the other. I think that's probably the end of it anyway on this level. Oh, what I was thinking, yeah, I was just theory crafting, right? A way to control this. Problem with what I just described is the shock rifle's over here, so we're not controlling it at all. It is a bit difficult. Not that difficult, actually. If you go 100, let's think this through. Let's go 100 to keg to 50. We jump over here. We actually also get the 25 and the shock rifle. Next thing up is going to be the 50. So it is pretty easy to now come over here and camp this 50. So in my opinion, this map is too small and too easy to control. That's the reason. Look how much time I have right now. All this time is time that I could be hunting him down, waiting for this 50. Here's the next 50. What's the next thing after this? That 25, and then that shock rifle. What's the next thing after this? The 100, keg, 50. Back to shock rifle. See, we've established a route, a pattern. 100 over to keg, over to 50, followed by this thing, followed by that thing. Patterns. So the patterns help us to not have to mentally time every single thing. And remember, now this is our break. After you get the second 50, you have the big break. This is our big break. We go hunt them down. We get a kill. We get 2 kills. And then we go back to controlling, and we keep our health nice and high. A lot of players that I watch have less concern about map control and more concern about just getting the kill. So some players will give up on that kind of a pattern because they're chasing a kill, and it takes a long time. So it took a long time, took a long time. Took a long time, took a long time, took a long time, took a long time. And now I finally get this 50, but that threw everything off. So I finally got that one. I'm actually late for this one. And then I'm going to get the shock. I think I was probably going to be late for the 100 now. Yeah, the 100's already up. So he could have got that. I was late. I'm late for the keg. I'm late. And the next 50 got super delayed. So now it's not here for me. My whole system has been thrown off, right? So it's never as simple as running the map like I'm doing with no opponent right now. And you've always got someone shooting at you in the back. You're going to spawn somewhere. So you want to be mentally aware of like, oh crap, I just died. Where did I spawn? What's on the map for me to pick up? Is this this isn't new ironic? No, it's not. Well, I'll explain old ironic, and then that'll make you think about new ironic. How about that? Actually, new ironic should be on there. Real quick, let's look at old ironic. The ironic route is a little trickier because the distance between the 50, the shock, and the lightning gun. So you can get the 50. You could go get flak cannon. Then you could pick up rockets. You could pop up here. You can get shock rifle. You can go over here and get the lightning gun. And then you can go over here, get the minigun. I picked up every weapon except the link guns. I dropped on the 100. And I can make it back in time for the next 50. 50 hasn't respawned. Look at all this time I got to do whatever I want. All I did was control weapons for a second. Here's the next one. Let's follow the route. We saw that spawn. We're going to see the rocket. Oh, I was too late. The rocket spawned. The shock rifle just spawned. And now the lightning gun spawns. Following that same pattern, I got them all. Easy peasy. This is our break. We went 50, 100, 50. This is our big break. We got some time. We run around. We shoot. 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 We get killed. We get killed. We come back for the next 50. We do our pattern once more. We pick it all up as it spawns to make sure our opponent doesn't get the best weapons in the game. Next after this, remember, we did have 100 in there. We were late for this one. And now we got to get back to the 50. But the map's a little bit small, so you got a bit of time to get here in time. Some of the, that's timing. I don't want to get too much into like more control than that. I think that's good. I'm kind of mixing map control with timing, but big reason we time is so we can control the map. I'm going to do a more specific map control one later, I think. So what, actually, let's switch maps because the other version, the new version of Ironic. The real interesting thing about this one is the lightning gun being over here. I've only played a handful of games on this new Ironic. There's also a couple vials over here, which is different. And they traded 25 health vials for a 25 armor pickup. Not a fan of that in myself. I think there were very little vials to begin with. So now there's even less. And I want a couple more vials. There's no keg on this level, so that part doesn't matter. But the difference here, I'd say, is with the LG and the 50 so close to each other. You're either going to want to grab 50 and go up to LG to control it, and then maybe to shock rifle. But I didn't get flak, and I didn't get rockets. I don't have to come up here, because that's the goo gun. And that's the minigun. I don't really need to control those. Rockets down there, so you could come down here for rockets, and then go up here for flak. But that's actually a bit slower of a route than what we were doing, I think. So I think that's part of the idea, is to make it harder to get them all. The other route you could do is go pick up the lightning gun and then drop for 50. And then go flak to rockets, do a pop up for shock. That one's pretty good too. It covers all the main weapons. But both are going to be a little bit predictable. Eventually.